Good afternoon, good morning to everyone. Now, in this video, we will see science lesson number 9. See the heading of the lesson, that is work and energy. Work and energy. So, before that, see the key concepts. The points we have to see in this lesson. First point is meaning of work, examples of work done or work is not done. Okay. Second, definition of energy. Energy is needed for work. Then, renewable and non renewable sources of energy. Examples of every type. Then, last point, various kinds or forms of energy, such as light, heat, electricity, and the sound. Okay, now see the first activity, get set go. What is that? A question is asking to you, are these people pushing or pulling? Tick the correct box. So starting from the left hand side, that is the activity of pushing. Okay, a man is cleaning the ground surface by pushing the machine away from him. Okay, second, in the middle picture, a lady is pulling a traveling bag. It is the activity of pulling. And in the last picture, right hand side, the man pushing the vehicle. Okay, man is pushing the vehicle. He is the vegetable seller. Okay, so it is the activity of pushing. So now let's start the actual point. Paragraph number first, page number 80. So when we push an object, it moves away from us. Okay, it is the common thing. When we are applying any force to object, it will be push or pull away from our body. Okay, so the definition of force is the act of pulling or pushing. The act of pulling or pushing is nothing but the force. So we cannot see or touch the force, but we can see its effects. Okay, we cannot see the force, but we can see its effects. So what are these effects? So force can move a stationary object or steady object which is having zero speed, or force can stop a moving object which is in a speed. So we need less force to move a light object, and we need the more force to move a heavy object. The greater the force applied, the farther, the larger distance will the object will move, or the object will cover. When the force applied does not move any object, then the object is said to be at the rest. Okay, so for the change in the movement, change in the position of any object, we should apply the force. Okay, now see about the work. What do you mean by work? So in our daily life, we refer to some activities as work. When we read a book for a long time, we feel tired and say that we have done the work. When we hold a heavy bag in our hands for some time, our hands get tired and we say that we have done the work. Okay. However, in science, these activities are not considered as a work. Okay. Above activities are not considered as the work, because work is done only when a force is able to move an object from one place to another place. Okay, so if there is a work done, then in that case we have to apply the force, and after applying the force, the object or the body should move from one place to another place. So work is also defined as it is the product of force and the displacement. Okay, displacement means the distance at which it is traveling from one place to another place. So for the work, force is necessary as well as displacement is also necessary. Okay. For example, when we try to move a cupboard and it does not move, we say that no work is done here. Okay. But when we pull or push a table or pick up a book from the cupboard, work is done. So we say that the force applied by us has moved the table and the book. Okay. So see the two pictures. So see the left hand side picture. Work is not done when an object does not move because the weight of the object is very large. The weight of the cupboard is very large compared to the weight of the boy. But in the right hand side picture, it is the table, and the weight of the table is less compared to the cupboard. So boy can easily pull or push that table. So in the right hand side picture, there is a work done, and in the left hand side picture, there is a not work done. Now see the activity 1 which is given. Total 3 cases, 3 conditions are given. So we have to take a brick. Okay. So take a brick and apply a force to make it slide on a floor for the distance of 2 meter. Okay. See the case number 2. Now we have to apply the same amount of force to make the brick slide for 4 meters. Now the distance is increased by 2 meters. It is becoming 4 meters. So in which case do you do more work? Case 1 or case 2? Okay. So the longer distance the brick moves, the more work you do. So in case number 2, you are doing the more work compared to the case 1 because you are sliding, you are moving the brick in the large distance. It is 4 meters, which is actually greater than the 2 meters. So in the case number 2, you are doing the more work. See the case number 3. Take 2 bricks and apply the force to make them slide on the floor for 2 meters. In which case do you do the more work, case 1 or case 3? So the answer is the more the mass, the more force you need to move the bricks, and hence you do more work in case 3. So work is dependent on distance also, it is dependent on mass also. Okay. So it is directly proportional to the mass as well as force as well as distance. Okay. Now see the next point. It is about the energy. Second point of the lesson, energy. So we cannot apply the force or do work without energy. We need energy to do everything. For the playing, running, moving the things, and for every activity, we need the energy. In the earlier example, the energy spent by us was sufficient to provide the necessary force to move the table. So work was done. We could not move the cupboard because the energy spent by us was not sufficient to do the work. However, if we take help of more people, together we can move the cupboard. So the total energy spent by all the people can provide sufficient force to do the work to move the cupboard. So energy provides force and force can do the work. So the energy is the ability to do work. Okay. Definition of energy is it is the ability to do any work. So energy provides force and force can do the work. See the second paragraph. We need energy to do our day to day work. And this energy comes from the food we eat. Okay. From the food we get the food energy. Okay. A runner needs more energy than a person who does a desk job. Okay. Children who run and play the games, they require the more energy, because the person which is running, he require the more energy, because he is running at a large distance, at a long distance. But a person which is sitting continuously at one place, he is not moving in any distance. Okay, he is sitting only at one single same place, so he will require the less energy compared to the person who is running. Okay, so energy is dependent on the type of work, it is dependent on the distance you are traveling. Okay, and the amount of force, amount of work you are using. Okay, so work and energy, they are interdependent on each other. Okay, so foods rich in carbohydrates are energy giving foods. Okay, so carbohydrate is one of the nutrient, it is richest source of the energy, so they give us energy to do work. So foods such as chapatis, bread, rice, potatoes, idlis are rich in carbohydrates. Okay, foods rich in fats are also energy giving foods. So example of fats are such as ghee, butter, oils, nuts. They are rich in fats. So carbohydrates and fats, they are the richest source of energy. So see the type of energy. First is the heat energy. Second, light energy, that is the solar energy. Then electrical energy means electricity, and last is the sound energy. Okay, these are the names of the different types of the energy. Now see the different forms of energy, different types of energy. So energy not only helps us to do the work, we also use different forms of energy in our day to day life. So first is the heat energy. So we use heat energy to cook our food and heat our homes in winter. So we also use it to generate the electricity. So by using water vapors, we are getting the heat energy. Okay, it is the one type of energy. Second is the light energy, means solar energy, or it will be the energy we getting from the tube lights, lamps, and the bulbs. So light energy helps us to see the objects around us. So plants use the light energy of the sun to make their food by process, and that process is called as photosynthesis. Okay, this is the second type of energy. Now see activity number 2, which is very simple. So take a torch and switch it on. Okay, what happens when you switch it on? The torch bulb glows, giving out light. Okay, it gives the light, and the bulb get glows, and that light is traveling in a straight line. Okay, so touch the front glass of the torch. So what is the feeling? It is the warm feeling. Okay, it becomes hot, the glass of the torch becomes hot. That is, we can find that when the torch is switched on, it gives out heat and light. Okay, so there are the number of cells in the torch, and that cells are the source of electrical energy. So some of the electrical energy is converted into light energy, and some of the energy is converted into the heat energy. So the total amount of energy is constant, it is not changed, it is not increases as well as not decreases. Okay, it is the first law of the thermodynamics. Okay, thermodynamics means it is the study of the heat energy. Okay, so only one form of energy is converted into another form of energy, and the total energy is remaining constant. Okay, it is not changing. Now see Next, electrical energy or electricity. We use electrical energy to light up our houses. So we also use it to run the household appliances such as refrigerators, fans, and toasters. Okay. So in refrigerator, fan, and toasters, we are using the electrical energy or electricity. Now, sound energy. So sound is also one kind of energy. It is produced when the object vibrates, and after vibration, what happens? It produces the sound in the air, and sound travels in the air and reaches to our ears, and after that we can hear the sound easily. Okay. So appliance means, what is the definition of appliance? It is simply a machine designed to do a specific task. So appliance means electrical appliances such as refrigerator, fans, tube lights, bulbs, okay, or AC, because they are making for the doing any one specific task. It is nothing but the appliance. Okay. Now see the sources of energy. First source is the solar energy. In the picture you can see the solar energy. So what is that solar energy? So the sun is the main source of energy on the earth. The energy that we get from the sun is known as solar energy. Sun energy or solar energy or light energy. These are the synonyms for each other. So we get the light and heat from solar energy. Okay. So plants make the food by using solar energy, by using the photosynthesis process. We eat this food to get energy to work. So solar energy is also used to produce the electricity. Okay. So there are the number of solar collectors are there. Solar cells are there. They are taking the solar energy inside them, and they are converting that solar energy into electrical energy. Okay, by using some solar cells. Okay, it is the solar power station by which it will create the electricity. So solar energy, it is the first source of the energy. Now see second, water energy. Okay, water energy means the water which is present in the dams. Okay, which is present in the dams, and the energy of the water, energy of the flowing water is used to make the electricity. Okay, how? It is used in the hydroelectric power plant. In hydroelectric power plant, what happens? The speed of the water is useful, and the high speed flowing water is directly allowed to fall on the blades of the turbine. Turbine is the machine which is present in the hydroelectrical power station, and the moving flow of the water is moving the blades of the turbine, and the turbine is attached to the generator, and finally if the generator is rotating, the electrical energy or electricity will be produced. So water energy is converted into electrical energy in the hydroelectrical power plant. So water energy is the second source of the energy. Similarly, wind energy. Okay, that is the picture of windmills. In windmills, you can see every windmill has total 3 blades. They are rotating when the flow of wind is passes over them. Okay, and to the windmill there is a generator is attaching, and if the generator is moving, the electrical energy is produced. So from the wind we are producing the electrical energy. So wind energy is also one type of the source of the energy. And last is the geothermal energy. So geothermal energy means geo. So geo means the earth. Okay, and thermal means heat energy. So the heat energy that we get from the innermost part of the earth is nothing but the geothermal energy. Okay, and that energy is utilized to boil the water for the formation of steam. Okay, or for any boiling use, or to generate the steam, or to generate the electricity, this geothermal energy is used. Okay, so it is the last type of the source of the energy. Now we will see about the fuels. So fuel means it is a substance that burns to give the energy. There are the number of examples of fuels are given, such as wood, coal, petrol, diesel, rocket, gas, LPG, CNG. So we use cooking gas such as LPG in our house. We are using the wood in our chula. We are using the coal for cooking our food or heating the food, heating the water. So we use the petrol and diesel to run our vehicles. Okay, so we are using the number of fuels for the cooking, for the heating, or to drive the vehicles. So fuel are the substance, they are giving the energy after they are burning. A point is given, see that the country of Iceland is heated by geothermal energy as the heat from the earth is close to its surface. Okay, so in the Iceland, it is the country, so that country uses maximum geothermal energy because in that area the source of geothermal energy is a very large in number, so they are using that at high amount. Okay, in the country of Iceland. Now see very most important point, renewable and non-renewable sources of energy. The energy we get from different sources such as fuels, the sun, wind, water can be divided into two categories, non-renewable and renewable sources of energy. So non-renewable sources of energy are the sources that cannot be replaced once they are all used up. Means non-renewable energy sources we cannot replace that, we cannot produce it again and again, domestically, naturally, or artificially, because they are very limited. Okay, non-renewable energy sources, what are their examples? Such as coal, natural gas, petroleum are non-renewable sources of energy. Okay, they are formed over millions of years. Okay, from the remains from the dead bodies of the plants and animals. Okay, and after some years, it is converted into the non-renewable energy sources. So once they are used up, once they are finished, they cannot be replenished. Okay, we cannot be produced it once again. Okay, so replenished means made full again, means we cannot produce it once again. That is all about the non-renewable energy source. Okay, non-energy renewable energy source, they are responsible for the pollution, air pollution, water pollution. Okay, but there are the second type of the sources, that is the renewable sources. Okay, so renewable sources such as wind, solar energy, water energy, geothermal energy, they are the renewable sources of energy. Renewable means we can produce it again and again naturally. Okay, and repeatedly, they are present in the nature in a very large amount. Okay, so to save non-renewable sources of energy, we should use renewable sources. Okay, and what is the use of renewable source? They avoid the pollution, they avoid air pollution, water pollution. Okay, and they are very cheap, they are not expensive, and they are available in large amount. So we should use no renewable sources of energy instead of non-renewable sources of energy. Okay, so this is all about the chapter number 9, work and energy. So see the definitions given. So work is nothing but something that is done when a force moves an object. Okay, force into displacement, force multiplied by displacement is nothing but the work done. Energy is ability to do work. Fuel is any substance that burns to give the energy. Renewable means that can be replenished, means that can be produced again and again naturally. Non-renewable means that cannot be replenished, that cannot be produced again and again naturally or artificially. So this is all about lesson number 9. I hope you have understood it very well. Thank you for watching. In the next video we will see about lesson number 10. Thank you.